Okay. Uh, Good morning, students. Good morning, everyone. I welcome you all for this first video on Computer Aided Analysis Laboratory. Myself, Srikanth NS, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, speaking here. Okay. So I welcome you all for this new laboratory, new lab where you will be studying and you will be learning and you will be working on two major softwares which a mechanical engineering student has to learn, that is ANSYS and MATLAB. Okay, so what are the syllabus that you will be studying, like how to use MATLAB for doing numerical simulations, numerical calculations, etc., how to plot graphs, how to fit a curve, best fit curve, how to solve arrays, how to solve system of linear equations. All those things will be taught. And why MATLAB is very, very important? MATLAB is very, very important because you will be doing major projects and minor projects, and you will be handling a lot of equations, and you may have to do automations and all. So for those things, MATLAB will be very, very handy. Got it? You have to learn a MATLAB software. That is one thing. And after that, you will be introduced to ANSYS, and in ANSYS you will be like made to solve 2D and 3D analysis, especially structural and thermal analysis of 2D and 3D structures. You will be again learning APDL, that is a separate package in ANSYS, and also ANSYS Workbench. Okay, in that ANSYS Workbench, you will be made to solve a lot of static analysis and thermal analysis. Okay, so this is what you will be learning. And as you know, why we need to do this, the very, very important question that any student will be knowing it: computer aided analysis. So before actually getting into, or before actually finalizing the design, you may have to do a lot of analysis like structural or thermal analysis to fine tune the design. So in that case, there are a lot of commercially available softwares which will help us in actually confirming whether those dimensions are proper, whether those designs are proper or not. So for that case, a mechanical engineering student have to learn how to do such kind of analysis and find out whether the design is safe or not. If not, like what are the new changes that you need to bring in, etc., etc. So that is why a lot of softwares are available. So I can name ANSYS is one very, very famous. ANSYS is a very, very famous tool which has been operated by a lot of engineers all over the world from 1960s, 1970s, I feel. So, and apart from that, you have Adams, you have Nastran, Patran, you have Hyperworks, a lot of other competitive softwares are all there. But if you know one software, you can definitely will have a experience enough to handle any other software in future, if at all, if you have been introduced into. Got it? So please learn one software properly. Try to do try to solve problems completely and try to understand one software properly. Then whatever XYZ software you have been introduced to, you will be independent enough to handle it. Okay, so this is what the thing is. Now let us try to understand today. Let us try to understand what is actually MATLAB. Okay, what actually MATLAB is all about. What is that we can do in that, etc., etc. We can do all those things. So MATLAB, you know, uh, is a very, very popular tool. So what is MATLAB? The MATLAB is nothing but matrix laboratory. That means to say, any equations or any problems that whatever that you have want to solve, it will try to solve it as a matrix. Okay, so it is very, very important, like you can do lot of computations like linear algebra, data analysis, signal processing, polynomials, interpolation, etc., etc. You name anything which is there in mathematics, you can solve in MATLAB. Is it okay? Now you can do a lot of simulations also, a lot of automations also. If at all, like say you want to solve linear equations, non-linear, etc., or differential or, or partial differential equations, your MATLAB software will be very, very useful in such cases. Okay, so this is one thing. Now let us try to get into the software without already this manual is available for you. For other extra informations, please try to refer this. Please try to refer this manual for for extra informations. Okay. Now let us try to get into the software. So as and when I start, okay, the MATLAB, just click on to this MATLAB. So how do we do it? So just go to search window, type MATLAB. So you should have installed the MATLAB, any version for that matter. So in our college we are having MATLAB 2017 version B, 2017B. Just click on to it. So when you click on to it, this is the kind of window which will be appearing. Is it okay, guys? So this is the type of window that will be appearing, and you can see here these are what are called as uh, the tree, model tree, whatever that you want to save, wherever you want to save, etc., etc. You can try to go here and try to save it. So let me just go through the software first. So you can see here home, plots, apps, editor, publish and view. These are the things which you have. So if you click on to home, below that you have create new. So new script file, live script, function, example, all these things are there. I'll tell you what it is. Open, if you have want to open already existing file, you can just click onto it. You can also save it after do, if you write a program, whatever it is that you can click onto it. Next thing is plots. So if you want to plot any this thing, you have a lot of plots available. You can see this gets activated. Whichever plot you want, you can try to plot it. Then you have apps, that is, you have, like, say, if you want to do any particular thing, you have a particular app for it. So you can see, you can drop down here, you can see a lot of things are there: curve fitting, optimization, partial, proportional, integral and differential tuner, PID, analog, signal analyzer, image acquisition, which is a very, very popular thing. So you can see mathematical statistics and optimization, you have all these things. Okay, you have PDE modeler. Yes or no? So already you're studying heat transfer, CFD, FEM and all are filled with partial differential equations. So how do we solve? You can you can take this PDE and you can solve it. You have control system design, you have signal processing, image processing, test and measurement, you have all these things. Is it okay, guys? So all these things you are having, and you can try to do a lot of things in MATLAB. So similarly, you have editor. So when you open MATLAB, there will be two commands. So if you just come here, this is what is called as command window. So if I want, like, I can just go top and extend this. Command window is like a real time, screen, real time screen. What do you mean by real time screen? Just see here, 2 plus 3, enter. So immediately I'm going to get the answer. So suppose say I'm going to store the value into some variable. So in MATLAB, please understand, we have to store the value into some variable. Suppose say a equal to 2, enter. Similarly, b equal to 4, enter. Then I am going to create some relationship between a and b, and again that value also have to store it in some variable. So suppose say c equal to a star b. What do you mean by that? A star b? A into b. Now what should be the answer? 4 to the 8, yes or no? So you can see 8. So like that you can try to do a lot of mathematical operation. Any mathematical operation if you want, you can try to do it in command window. So the command window is like your calculator screen. When you type something, immediately answer pops out. Not able to understand? So this is what is about command window, and you can see right side here, workspace. Whatever that you do here, if I just click onto it, see, I'll just show you this. See, it will be stored as, what I can tell you, it will be storing it as a matrix form. Okay, so like that it will be storing it. So this is how it is. And editor, what do you mean by editor? Suppose say you have written a program where it is like it runs pages, or it runs like say 10-15 lines. You can't write it in command window. So what we do is we try to write it in the editor, save, and then you can run it here. Can you see this green color button? If you run it, you're going to get the answer. Suppose say I'll just try to show you an example. A equal to 4. So I'll put semicolon here. Semicolon means it will not execute. Okay. If you don't want the answer to be seen, you have to put semicolon. Then I'll tell b equal to 5. Then I'll tell, say again, some G equal to A plus B. I want this answer to be, and be careful about the the sentence case, whether it is uppercase or lowercase, case sensitivities. Now I want this to run. So what I do, first I have to save this. Please save it somewhere here. I am saving it in CAD/CAM lab. Okay, here I will be saving it. New folder, say demo. So I will try to type it demo. So save. So I've saved it. Now I can give run. Yeah, you give change folder. You can see it has executed. So I'll type CLC. So CLC is for clear the screen. Again, if you want to run, see here, obviously G. Now you just see what is the difference. I'll remove the semicolon here. Now you just see A equal to 4, B equal to 5, G equal to 9. So this is what the semicolon is all about. Is it okay, guys? So when we use editor, when we have say number of lines of code to be executed, we first write it in demo and then we will be writing it in, then that will be executed in command window. Is it okay, guys? So this is all about this. You can see here in the left hand side, we are saving it and that particular file is appearing here. Is it okay? Now we can type CLC. So the screen is cleared now. Now, so this is all about it. Now what is that we'll do is, we will start doing, all the mathematical operations can be performed in MATLAB. You name whatever mathematical operation that has to be done, that particular operation can be performed in this. So we will start with matrix. Okay, we are going to first start with matrix. So how do we actually do matrix? How do we represent matrix? Okay, so suppose say A equal to open square bracket, open square bracket. Now just see 1 is to, okay, 100. If I just type like this, 1 is to 100. That means to say, I want a matrix. I want a column matrix. I want a column matrix which has numbers from 1 is to 100. So what is going to happen if I give enter? You can see it has generated the numbers between 1 to 100. You can see here column vector it is. So from 1 to 100 you are having. Now suppose say, so I'll type CLC. Now again I'm going to define matrix like this. 1 is my starting number, is to, I can define intermediate intervals. Suppose say if I now type 0.1 is to 100, then what is that I can expect? Can you tell me? So it will start from number 1, ends with number 100, and what is the intervals? Intervals are from 1, 1.1, 1.2, 1.2, so 0.1. So if you just give enter, you can see you have like 1000 or 991. So you can see here so many numbers will be generated. So this is a matrix. Are you able to understand? So like this the matrix will be like a column matrix if you want to. So suppose I'll give CLC. Now suppose say I want to create a 3x3 matrix. How do we do 3x3 matrix? Say A equal to, say you have to type it like this, say 1 space 2 space 3. So that is your first row. Are you able to understand? Then you give like this. What is this? Semicolon. Then again you type 3 space 7 space 8. So some random number I'm taking. Again, so this 378 is the second row. Again you give a semicolon. Again you type 9 is space 5 space 4. So if I now close the bracket, so we use square brackets. Okay guys, so we use square brackets, and if I just give enter, you can see 1 2 3 378 and 954. So now matrix is defined. Now you can give space or else you can give comma also. So to differentiate from one element to another element. So this is about 3 cross 3 matrix. Okay. Now what are the operations that we can do for this matrix, guys? Can you tell me what are the operations that we can do for this matrix? The first operation that we have to do is what? Always immediately, what is that? A transpose, correct? A transpose. So here please save whatever that you do to some variable. Say b equal to a dash. Can you see that? What is that? It is just nothing but b is equal to a transpose. That means a transpose will be what? 1 2 3. Now you can see 1 2 3 is in the column, 378 which was in row which is in the column, again 954 which was in the row which is in the column. Is it okay, guys? So like this you can try to do transpose, or just you can give a dash, that's it. Sorry, a dash, if you give you can directly get that. Is it okay? So like this you can start giving it. Now similarly what else we can do? If you want to find out the determinant of the matrix, so you just have to type. Now again if you want to save that value to something else, give any variable. W is equal to, what is the command? Det, that's it. Det, you open the bracket, small bracket, see automatically the help command comes into picture. So that is one of the information that you want to know. If you want to know anything, like what is the command that needs to be used in order to find out log or sign or etc etc, can you see here there is a such documentation. So here if you just type determinant determinant NANT, see obviously you can get this determinant. You just click on to this. If you just click on to this, so you can read what is the syntax, description, examples also given. Are you able to understand? So like this, any mathematical operation that you are interested to do, just type it into this. You can get into that particular thing and you can read what is the syntax, what is the description, etc etc, and you can execute the same. So let us try to complete this. Determinant of what is that we want? A. So type that. So what is the answer? You can see we got this minus 36. Okay guys, done. So this is how we will be doing it. Now what are the other options that we can do? Inverse, correct? So you can just type INV. So let us clear the screen now. So see here INV off. Immediately if you just, now don't think that if I pressed CLC the values also gone. No, don't worry. Just the values on the screen has gone. In the memory you have not erased. So I'll just give A. You can see inverse is this. Now just imagine manually how you used to do inverse, cofactors, adjoint, etc etc, determinant, all those things, right? Just very simple. Yes or no? So very simple. So like this you can do a lot of things. Suppose say A matrix already have defined. B again you try to define one more matrix. Say 12 space 10 space 13. Then again 9 space 6 space 7. Again colon. What else? 20 space 21 space 22. So we have A matrix. So if you want A, you just type A, and if you give enter, it is going to show you what is A matrix. So we have two matrices now. Okay guys, we have two matrices. So what are the operations that we can do with two matrices? Multiplication, addition, everything. Na? So let us see. Let us define one more C equal to. So I will give just A dot B. See? So since the order of A and B are same, it will do matrix multiplication. You know how to do matrix multiplication, na? Particular row into column, like that, na? So like that it is doing. Now suppose say we define one more thing, D equal to A plus B. A plus B. Now what is that it will be? Please confirm yourself. Say 12 plus 1, 13. 10 plus 2, 12. 13 plus 3, 16. Is it okay? So like this, any operation for that matter, you can do it here. Is it okay, guys? So this is all about matrix. Now you tell me what are the other things that you want to do in matrix. Now let us try to give a different order matrix and see whether the multiplication will happen or not. Okay, where the order is not same. Say let us try to define some F matrix, F equal to uh, 2 cross 2 matrix. Let us try to define. That is 1. Okay, you have to use the syntax 1 space 2 space 3. This thing 4 space 7 space 9. That's it. So you have 3 cross 2 matrix. Yes or no? 3 into 2. Yeah, correct. Rows into columns. No, rows is 2. 2 cross 3 matrix. Now, is it possible to do multiplication? Yeah, it is possible to do multiplication. I should have taken. Okay, let me just try to give it. I think it is not possible. Say A star F. See, the dimensions must agree. Yes or no? So if you give a wrong this thing, it will not happen. So you have to, your matrix order must agree. Okay, guys. So like this, you can do a lot of things with respect to matrices. Now suppose say, I'll tell you, there is a number where there is a scalar, some 20. I should multiply it with the matrix A. Say I'll try to define, say E equal to some 34. Okay, this I want to multiply it with say matrix D. See here, I want to multiply matrix E number, that is 34, with matrix D. So what is that I need to do? Suppose say again that result has to be saved into something. No, if I give T equal to E into T equal to E, if I just give star D, now what is that you can expect? E is a number, D is a matrix. If you give anything multiplied with the matrix, what is that I will be getting? Can you see here? The individual elements get multiplied. Are you able to understand? You can just see here 13 into 34, like that, 12 into 34, like that it is going to be. Is it okay? It's okay, yeah. So like this, you can do it. Now suppose say you have what is okay, see here, CLC, I'll just clear. Say you define X as, open the square bracket, so it will start with 0 is to say 0.1, okay, is to 100. Now I don't want to see the numbers. What is that I'll do? I'll do semicolon. So if I now give enter, X is a matrix from 0 to 100, interval is 0.1, where I have blocked the answer not to be seen. Now I'll define Y equal to say sin X. Is it okay? Now I'll just type sin of X. So if I give enter, can you see how much we are getting? So what it has done, guys? Can you tell me? So it has calculated sin x of 0, sin x of 0.1, sin x of 0.2, 0.3 till 100. Is it okay? So now one more thing. y equal to sin x is there. Now if I again define y equal to, now if I again define y equal to 3 into sin of x, again I am going to get something else. Now if you want to see the results, that means suppose say you want to plot and see. Okay, that option, okay, I'll define it later. So how do we find out sine, cos, etc., etc.? So you just have to type sine of, that's it. You can see sine of x as cos of x, etc., etc. Is it okay? Now suppose say I want to do sine square x or sine x square. What is that I have to do now? Can you tell me? If I want to do sine x square, sine of x square, say I'll just try to give here CLC. Okay. Say what is x? See, this much is the x, correct? So you can just type x and give enter. Type x and give enter. It is going to portray the values. Now x square means what? Say x to the power of 2. Yes or no? Now if I give enter, see it is showing error. Why it is showing error, guys? Can you tell me? The reason is, see here, x is a matrix, correct? What is the x? X is a matrix. That is, x is varying from 1 to 0 to 100. So let me just show you here. X is varying from, see, can you see this? X is varying from 0 to 100 between 0.1. Now if I just try to do x square, then what does this mean? X into x. So it is trying to do matrix multiplication, which is not possible because the order will not. So that is why, what is that you need to do whenever you want to do matrix multiplication where the order is not same. So in that case, you need to do x dot to the power, x dot to the power square, x dot to the power square, enter. If you give, now you can get the results. Then you can go ahead and try to type y is equal to, now you just see sine of, what is that I have to do? Sine of x square, no, x dot to the power 2, close the bracket, enter. You are getting the answer. Are you okay, guys? See here. So it is showing you the results of y. Now just I'll just show you. If I want to plot now x and y, what is that I have to do? You have a command called plot of x comma y. If you just try to plot it, enter. See, some haphazard graph I'm getting because I have done x square. No, that is the reason. Suppose say we will try to redefine y. See, y equal to, just I'll type sine of x. Okay, sine of x. So I'm getting this. Now again we will redefine plot of x comma y. See, can you see this? It's a square. It's a sinusoidal, correct? Sine graph. Similarly, if you want to change, say y equal to cos of x, cos of x. This one again you plot x comma y. See, a phase shift has happened. Okay, you can see how the graph. Now like that you can plot so many things. Suppose say y equal to log of x, say log of, just hold on for a moment, see, x. Are you able to understand? So log of x, again you can type plot of x comma y. Now what should be the thing? See, it's a log function. So log function is different from, suppose say we will try to type exponential function. Is it okay? So we will define y equal to exp of, see, if you just hold on for a moment, it will show. Just type x. Is it okay? Now x is same. Now you can do again plot of x comma y. Now y, now it is a exponential thing. Enter. So you can see the graph like this. Are you able to understand, guys? So like this you can do so many things. What mathematical operation you tell, you can do it. Suppose I want to do tan inverse. I want to do tan inverse or any inverse. So what is that I have to do is equal to y equal to a tan. A tan indicates tan inverse. A tan of x. See? So like this you can do so many things. Any mathematical operation you tell, we will be in a position to do it. Is it okay, guys? So this is what the introduction to MATLAB. So you can do lot of operations, any mathematical operation you want, you will be in a position to do it. So let us try to go through this. So square root is SQRT. So you can just type, say, SQRT, bracket open. So it will only show you square root of any number you type, 34, enter, it is going to give you the number. Okay, so please go through the manual and what are the notations, how you have to type, etc, etc. So you can type mean, etc, median, everything, all these things you can type. So in the next video we will take one of these exercise problem and try to solve it. I'll show you one problem in this exercise and the rest of the things you should be able to solve it. Is it okay, guys? Thank you.